So I get the text, Sammy, when you texted me and you said, Ruben's ready to come on Sunday afternoon. I said, clear the schedule. There was no place I would rather be. There's a lot of cool things going on with the Chicago Bears, but the guests that we have on today, I think everybody is going to love them. So without further ado, Sammy, let's just go ahead and start the show.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Adam Rank.
It's Hester trying to work it back to the middle. Gets past the first wave, and here he goes. It's Hester inside the 30. Hester's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. And no flag, 92 yards.
The sickest Chicago Bears and fantasy football podcast. Sports entertainment like no other. It's gonna be sick.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special edition of the Sick Podcast with Adam Rank. Rookie minicamp will kick off this weekend, but right now we're going to get an opportunity to meet one of the newest members of the Chicago Bears, a fourth-round draft pick out of the University of Maryland. He is the guy. If you were creating a player on Madden, he's got all the attributes that you would want. He is going to come out here and continue the great lineage of Bears linebackers. Please welcome to the show our newest Bear, Ruben Hyppolite. There he is waiting for us, ready to go. Listen, hey, man, I love your vibe, by the way. When you were drafted, you went out there and cut a video. I'll be honest with you. I'm like, hey, I didn't watch a lot of Maryland football. But I saw in the video that you put out there on Instagram, and I said, I'm in. I am now this guy's number one guy. How you living?
I'm feeling great, Adam. Appreciate you for having me on here. It's great to be on here. Looking forward to this conversation, man. So, thank you for the opportunity, and I'm excited.
No, I'm stoked. Like I said, I instantly just watched you. I liked the vibe. What was it like? What's the draft process like? You're sitting there. I know you had a cover. I've listened to a couple of the interviews, and you've been doing a great job going around there, making the rounds. I know you had there's some linebackers flying off the board. You're sitting there in the fourth round. The call comes in. What is that moment like?
Kind of surreal a little bit. Moments you dream of. Like you said, I knew I was gonna have a great opportunity to get picked up. Just didn't know when or where. Had a great pro day. Had a lot of great visits. I just made the most of my opportunities. Every opportunity that I got in this draft process, I made the most of it. Like I said, fourth round came about. I just saw a lot of linebackers flying off the board, which I knew I was going to be put in play. So very thankful to get the call from the Bears. Spoke with everybody on the phone, and then they made me a Chicago Bear. So it's a great moment. I'm glad that my family got to experience that. Most importantly, but just a great moment all around.
Yeah, that's a cool thing too. I think people forget about, all the parents and everything that goes into this, the family that's going on. I know your mom's a big part of your life. And, you understand, like, it's tough because, like, parents, I coach youth sports, and it's like the parents have to be at parents are at practices too. They're dropping you off, everything like that. What's it been like for your family? How are they feeling?
Yeah, it's been great. Funny story. I told my mom I don't want all the family there on draft day when I was going. I'm like, I just want you, my grandparents, sister, and that's it. And then draft day comes and she's bringing like everybody's coming in the house, man, flooding the house. So it was just funny because like in situations like that, I don't really get nervous. I just get very quiet. I'm very locked in as far as what's going on and very attentive. But like I said, it was just perfect timing, man. Everybody got there. Everybody started settling in. I didn't eat since like 10 that morning. So I was like, on an empty stomach all day. I didn't eat before, didn't eat after. But yeah, like I said, I got drafted and I got the call, but I was, more excited for like my family to experience that and everybody that was there, because everybody that was there, like they helped me along the way. I didn't get here by myself. So I was grateful that they got to experience that.
No, it's a great moment all the way around. And I want to go back to your college career for a moment. Now you're a Florida kid. You're from Fort Lauderdale. You go to Maryland. Why did you choose Maryland? I no disrespect to the Terrapins. Sean Merriman's a friend of mine. But why did you choose Maryland?
I wanted to help build a culture. At the time, Maryland wasn't a hot place to be at. There was a lot of adversity going on. Jordan McNair had just passed away 2 years before I got there, and then there was a lot of changes with the coaches and everything like that. So Coach Loxley got the job. And Brian Williams, he was at UAB at the time, and he was my coordinator for the past 3 years. And then Corey Robinson, he coached corners at the time at Maryland. I built great relations with them, both of those guys, and it was about the people for me. That's what made Maryland feel like home. And I just wanted to build a culture, help kickstart, you know, the special things that we did there. Ended up going to 3 bowl games in a row and then winning all 3 of them. And we turned the program around. Obviously, we didn't have a great year last year, but it was a lot of learning in that. But um, I feel like what I set out to do, I did there for my time there, and that was my focus. But I just wanted to be in that conversation when they talk about Maryland football, like 10 years from now. I wanted to be a part of that. So um, that was my mindset going in. I only took one visit to Maryland, and I ain't taken no other visits anywhere else because I knew in my heart that that's where I wanted to be. So yeah, man, that's what I decided to go with, and that's what I stuck with throughout my entire process.
I like that attitude. And listen, when when you find a school that the vibe check is great and everything like that, why would you bother going around there and checking out a lot of other places? When you talk though about building a culture and trying to reestablish something, I don't think I'm telling tales out of school. The Bears are picking 10th overall we didn't make the playoffs. We won 5 games last season. Do you see a lot of similarities here joining the Chicago Bears, a brand new coaching staff, Dennis Allen, the new defensive coordinator? Do you think, again, hey, this is another opportunity to go out there and build a culture?
Yeah, every year's a new year, and I've known that playing in college, but especially in that league, man, it's very hard to win games. It doesn't matter what team you are. Winning is hard, and it's a lot of great competition. But it's a great opportunity for us. Like you said, we have a brand new coaching staff. I believe in Mr. Poles and his mindset, and Mr. Cunningham. I spoke with them when I was on a visit up there. I believe in their mindset and their vision as far as what they want the organization to look like and all that. And yeah, man, just talking to the coaches. I spoke with Coach Allen, Coach Smith, Coach Johnson, and all those guys. So it's great things about to happen in Chicago. So I'm very excited to learn. Most importantly, because I don't know anything about nothing. And I'm coming in with that mindset, attitude to gain trust from everybody, and then learn and then be the best version of myself daily. So I'm excited for this process that's about to kick off, and can't wait to see where it goes.
Dennis Allen, one of the most respected defensive coordinators in the NFL, highly regarded. So you're going into a great situation there. When you have these conversations with him, is there a lot of talk about like, this is what we envision you playing or anything like that? Or is it more just a situation to get to know each other?
Yeah, well, for my visit, it was more so getting to know each other. Like I love Da. He has a unique personality, and just being with him for like a day and a half when I was up there and getting to know him, what was great. I talked to Coach Johnson when I was there too, and he that was the only really head coach on all of my visits who gave me a clear vision as far as what they wanted me to do.
Yeah.
I obviously come in and make an impact on special teams, but my ability to run and cover and make plays in that regard is something that they really like, and that's how they're looking to use me. So, like I said, man, I'm just ready to go in there and really submerge myself into the process of everything, and just learning and get things going.
Yeah, special teams, like that's the way. That's the way in. My friend Terrell Davis, he's coming out. He played football at Long Beach State and then went to Georgia, got to the Broncos. And a big reason why, he was able to get an opportunity with them is because of special teams. So always remember that. Special teams is the way to go. I've gotten an opportunity to go back and watch some of your games. I want to talk about one game in particular in a little bit. But right now, I want to ask you, just based on what I was watching out of you, and it's very impressive. You're all over the field. Who was your dude growing up? Who was your guy? I have an idea of who it is. You know what? I'm going to write it down. And if it's your guy, because I'll be able to. I have 2 guys. I'm sitting there. You're from Florida, so I have a pretty good idea who it might be. All right. Who is your guy growing up?
Ray Lewis. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I watched a lot of Ray Lewis. From a leadership standpoint, he's a leader of men. He knows how to get, guys going. And then I went to his camp twice, like for 2 summers in a row. I won the MVP of his camp the second time going. And I got to learn from him. Met a lot of people, a lot of great guys. Not only that were in high school with me, but like I met Devin Bush, Dylan Moses, like Eddie George, and everybody else in between, Ed Reed. So it was great, just to be around that company. And anytime Ray Lewis speaks, people listen. So I took a little bit of that from what I learned and just applied it to my collegiate career. And don't want to say I became someone like that because he's very unique in his ways, but just try to implement that into my leadership style.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's like musicians where you're like, oh, I can tell that this person was influenced by David Bowie or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Similarly, when you're playing football, like you grow up and you watch guys and you become a chat and the way they approach things. And what you're saying about Ray Lewis, it's the craziest thing. Because the first time I ever talked to Ray Lewis, I was kind of like, everybody always has him in like such esteem and regard. And you're like, what? And then you walk in, you talk to him, you're like, oh my gosh, yes, Mr. Lewis. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like, it is one of those things. It's amazing to be in his presence. And obviously he comes from an organization, the Baltimore Ravens, have done a great job with linebackers over the years.
Yep.
Similarly, the Chicago Bears have done a pretty nice job too. I got the painting of Dick Butkus right here next to me. What is it like joining a team like the Bears? Like I know that the team's rebuilding, but when you think about the history of the Bears, the linebacker is a huge position. What's it like stepping into that?
It's surreal. Like I said, it's a lot of history, a lot of pedigree behind that. When I took a visit up there, just walking through the halls of all the retired numbers, and just seeing it's a lot of history, and people, especially the city of Chicago, they really want to win, and that's like the perfect city to win in, because we got a lot of support. So I'm ready for it. I'm ready for everything. All the challenges, all the triumphs, all the it's going to be hard times as well. Nothing comes easy, but like I'm ready for all of that, and just to grow and develop, not only as a football player but as a person, especially in the city. And just really earn the respect and the trust of the fan base and then everybody in the building.
Yeah, there's no better place to win. And obviously the city of Chicago has had a lot of success. The Bulls in the 90s. Obviously, the Cubs won the World Series in 2016, the White Sox in 2005. The Blackhawks also had a string of 3 Stanley Cups in 5 years, but nothing will compare to the Bears going out there and winning and being a part of that and getting an opportunity. When you were there, though, and that's one of the coolest things about being at Hallis Hall is going back and seeing the names and the numbers and anything like that. And I'm not going to confine this to the linebackers or anything like that. But when you look at all those great players who played for Chicago, what's the one that when you saw it, you're like, oh, my gosh, that guy was incredible?
Walter Payton jumps off. Dick Butkus jumps off. Mike Singletary. And just Dick Butkus specifically because he has an award named after him, and that's something that I was always on my goal list. As I was playing college, so definitely those 3 guys. They jump off immediately. And then Mike Singletary, I've been watching interviews and highlights of him since I can remember. So he always had them big eyes in that helmet. So I kind of credit a lot of the way that I played the game to just watching him and hearing him speak. Navarro Bowman, he was an analyst in 23 at Maryland, so he coached me up a little bit, and a lot of his drills and a lot of his things that he taught me came from Coach Singletary. So it's a lot of those things that I still take in and apply to this day.
What is next for you right now? Before we came onto the air, you're talking about getting up to Chicago on Thursday. Rookie mini camp comes along after that. What are some of the things? Like we all think about it, like, hey, you got drafted, it's great. It's like, yeah, but like you're moving to a new city. Like what kind of stuff is going on? How do you balance all that stuff?
Just keep the main thing. Like right now, it's about mini camp. So when I get up there, handle mini camp, lock in on that, and then when that's over with, you go into phase 2 of the program, which as far as workouts go and meetings. So just, be present in that. And then just it's all about, small wins. Everything, wins come in segments, especially at this level. You can't look too far ahead or get stuck in the past. So you got to, to take your wins day by day and then just stack them. So that's how I'm looking at it, man. Just put one foot in front of the other, being present as possible.
Let me ask you too. You're coming into a new situation. You're trying to find some familiarity. You'll run into some guys that you played football against. One of those guys will be a fellow rookie, Kyle Monungai. I don't want to bring up old stuff. I'm sorry. You guys are teammates now, but I have to ask you because listen, and this is the God's honest truth. When you got drafted and then Kyle gets drafted, I spent a lot of time. I'm like, I got to be honest. I have kids and I'm in the NFL. I'm like, I didn't see a ton of Big Ten football. I'm like, well, I can watch this Rutgers versus Maryland game. And Kyle, he had a nice game. He had I think he had close to 100 yards. Mm-hmm. He had a pair of touchdowns. Yeah. I similarly to you, you're my guy, Ruben, but I also really like Kyle. What are we getting with Kyle Monungai? Physical
runner, knows how to run through the hole and get skinny. Gets vertical. He runs north to south, man. Very rarely you find him running east and west, and that just goes to show that he's not scared of contact. I played him for 3-4 years, so every week that we got Rutgers on the schedule, you got to get ready to tackle and be physical, because that Kyle's gonna get the ball. He's gonna get about 10 to 20 touches a game. That's just how they're gonna do it. And they're gonna run the hell out of the football. So, just playing him all the years that I've been at Maryland, all the years he's been at Rutgers, and then just seeing him every year is always great competition. So, they got the best of us, this past season. But it's all good, man. It's all love. And we're teammates now, so can't wait to see him do that against opponents that we play this upcoming season.
Yeah, finally he's on your side. It's good. It's good. Yeah. Do you know him? Obviously you guys have played against each other, but do you know him? And you're like, oh my gosh, will it be nice to see somebody when you're at camp and it's rookie camp? You're like, okay, there's somebody I know. At least I have a little bit of a relationship with.
Yeah, I never met him personally, but I know of him. Same with Colston. I played against Colston, played against Kyle, played against a lot of those guys that we have in our rookie class. So, I never met him personally, but it'll be great just to get to know them now, and build relations with them.
Very cool, man. I'm stoked for that. I think I like this rookie class. I think we did a great job. And as we go and look at it more and more, I'm really excited about this. Really excited about Ben Johnson in the short time that we have left. And I'm not going to keep you too long. By the way, we're doing this on Sunday. I just want to know some personal things. I know the CHGO guys put you in the Jordan versus LeBron. I'm not going to do that. We're not going to do that because I was on after you, and I had some words and we did a thing. So I'm not going to put you into that. But we're recording this on Sunday, and it's Sunday, May the 4th, which of course to a lot of people is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. Are you a Star Wars guy by any chance?
A little bit. I came up a little bit watching Star Wars, so I got a little knowledge, very very slight. Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite of the movies? What's your favorite, if you have one?
Don't really have a favorite. I just watch all of them and then just take all of them from where they made. But I have a favorite character though.
Who's your favorite character?
I'll say Chewbacca.
Yes.
Yeah. Chewbacca's very old, smart, tough, reliable. Has his own language, so he people don't really understand him. Which I feel like I'm very misunderstood to the public, but people who know, they know. So I like Chewbacca. I always have. Yeah.
How do you mean you're misunderstood? Who doesn't like you? Listen, it took me 4 seconds to like you. Who doesn't like you? Who do I talk to? I'm not here. I'm not here for that.
Talk to me. Just get to know me and what I'm about. But yeah, man. It's all about making lasting impressions, and I'm very big on that. I feel like I'm a pretty nice guy, and then when I get on the field, I back it up with my play. But I just feel like people. I was unknown to a lot of people, and now I'm on the scene. So it's just about just showing up and keeping the main thing. Not listening to the outside noise and just doing my thing, man. What I've been doing since I was young. So
I love that, and I love that attitude. And I'll be one of those guys. At first when we drafted you, I was like, okay, I gotta go and learn about him.
Yeah.
And everything that I've been learning, I've loved, and I've been loving our conversation right now. I love the Chewbacca answer. Are you streaming anything? What shows are you watching right now?
I'm watching Power. So I watched book 2. I had to rewatch book 1 because that came out that came out when I was younger. So I wasn't really my parents were tapped into it, but I wasn't. So I'm rewatching book 1. and then I'm about to start Raising Canaan, book 3. So
Oh,
I'm
nice.
kind of going backwards, but and working forward. So I'm watching Power right now. That's something that's on my watch list.
I love that. Yeah, I'm getting to the end of Ted Lasso, and I'm gonna have to switch to something else
I
at some
love
point.
Ted Lasso. Yeah,
You
I love
love
it.
Ted
Yeah,
Lasso? Have you
I love
finished?
Ted
Okay,
Lasso.
I'm at the last episode. I'm afraid to watch it because I don't want it to end. It's
Yeah,
just I love that show. I think it's one of the best shows I've ever seen.
it helped me, especially the episode about the goldfish, the 10-second.
Yes.
That helped. That changed, like that little thing right there changed like everything for me, as far as perspective and everything. Like, goldfish don't remember, things 10 seconds later. So, have a mind of a goldfish, like that's something that I took that and ran with it, and I loved it ever since then. So,
This is going to be our thing now. If I ever need to tell you,
yeah,
our thing is going to be believe. And if I ever need to tell you, you'll be annoyed by me because like I'll send you an Instagram message if I need to. If I ever need to, I hope we don't ever get here. Probably be like, you know
yeah,
what? What's the happiest animal? The goldfish.
the goldfish. Yeah, man.
If you ever need that, I will be there for you to help remind you and help grind it. That I'm so happy at this. This is why I like getting to know people in this sense of like, yeah, Ted Lasso is a great show. You're a Chewbacca fan. Like everybody loves
Yeah,
Chewbacca, as you should be.
yeah.
What music are you listening to right now?
It's a lot, man. It's this artist called Pimmy.
Mm-hmm.
She was on Drake's new album. So I'm listening to a lot of Pimmy. She's great. Um, a lot of 38 Special. Benny
Wait,
the
38
Butcher.
Special?
No, 38 Special.
Oh, okay. Wait, I
Yeah,
was like, wait, this can't be right.
yeah. Benny the Butcher. I listen a lot of him. I like a lot of R&B too. R&B is a big one for me. Like Bryson Tiller's always been my guy. Um, yeah, man. But like it's so much. I listen to a lot of things, man. PDLIF. I listen to them. Bon Iver. That's like yeah, Bon Iver, and then his song is "Please Don't Live in Fear." I listen to Bon Iver. Um, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like my
Yeah,
phone right here, I got like
of
endless
course.
like music song. I got like well over 20,000, 30,000 songs downloaded. So it's a lot that I listen to. I'm very open minded when it comes to creative things. I have a creative mind, so I listen to everything. I plug and play everything. So yeah,
That's the best attitude to have. And that's one of the great things about music is that it's timeless and you never know, like, if you didn't really get into somebody, like if you never listened to like I'm an older person, but it's like, hey, I never listened to the Beatles, for instance, or John Lennon
yeah,
or something like that. And then like it's all new to you. Like it doesn't matter. Like it's brand new to me. I haven't listened to George Harrison and now I'm
yeah,
getting an opportunity to go in there and listen to it. 38 Special. I am now interested in going and finding out about 38 Special. There's an
yeah,
old band, like an old timey band called 38 Special. I think they might even be country. That's why it
yeah,
kind of threw me off for a second. But it's cool, like to go out there and learn new things. If you were going to be like a professional wrestler type thing, or the Bears said like, hey, you get an introduction song. Is there one song like this is the song that's going to be your song? Like for me, because I played in a celebrity softball thing in Pittsburgh, and they're like, you get a walk-up song. And I'm like, it took me forever. Like I spent way too much time thinking about this. So I'm like, Sabotage by the Beastie Boys, just because I love that guitar riff. But if
yeah.
we had a walk-up song for you, what would it be?
Um, Pound Cake by Drake with Jay-Z, but like the end of it, like when Drake is just rapping on the end of it, like
Yeah.
that one, like that's very like that. That's the part of the song where I really like get in the mode. So I'll say Pound Cake by Drake, but like the end part of it where Drake is just rapping, I'll say that.
I love it. Hey, that's a great answer. That's a great answer. And you know what, dude? We're gonna end on that. I don't want to take up too much of your Sunday. I do appreciate you coming on, man. This is huge. I know it's great for the Bears fans to get to know you as well. We get to listen now when people are starting to do the Chewbacca call at you, or if they say to believe, know it came from this conversation that we had here today. Great opportunity to get to meet you. Thank you so much. Good luck this week in minicamp, and we hope to see you soon.
Yeah, Adam, appreciate you, man. Again, thank you, man.
Ruben, thank you so much. There he goes, the great Ruben Hyppolite. And Sammy, thank you so much for everything you did here. I got nothing else to add. Let's just go ahead and end the show.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Adam Rank on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.